Well, today's project is going to be installing a Rock Bottoms Designs hood scoop on the Mercury 500R. We are going to take that door off and we're going to put that door on right there with the little hood scoop on it and make a couple other little adjustments underneath the hood and see what happens here. Well, the first step to removing the door and replacing it with a new one is taking out these 4 8mm screws. There's 2 there and 2 there. We will get them taken off and the door will come off, and then there's a pin on the one end and a spring on the other that we have to take off and replace on the new door, and then we'll put that back on. Well, we got our hinges replaced on our door. This one here, there's the end of the spring there and there, so you just pry this off the end real easily on the old one, and then I had to actually turn this, and so it has some tension on it. I don't know if you can see this, but there's actually some pretty good tension there. And on this one, there's a little pin right there that goes through. Let me see if I can get the other side of it here. Not quite, but there's a little pin that goes through another pin. And when you get, let me get there. So when you get that pin pushed out, I just took a flathead screwdriver and pounded it down until it was flush, turned it, grabbed on it with the needle nose pliers and pulled it out. But then this whole assembly, there's a pin that comes all the way through here. This pulls right out. This is separate and that is separate, and there's a little piece inside there. So I just got everything lined back up. I held the pin with my needle nose pliers and used the something to just get it started. Once it got started, it was okay, but it's pretty easy. So now the next step is to get our latch off here. We'll use a Torx on here. It's probably like a number 20 Torx, and we'll put it in here where we got Phillips head screwdrivers. That's the next step. All right, there we have it. Just make sure we'll leave these 2 a little bit loose, and these 2 a little bit loose, and these 2 screws here a little bit loose. We'll close the door, we'll line it up the best we can, and then we'll come back and tighten our 4 8mm bolts and our 2 Phillips head screws. I was wrong on the Torx ones on the original cover. They are number 10s, they're not number 20s. So let's see what it looks like on the outside here. So there it is on the outside. There, come open. There it is. So the other thing we'll do is we'll clean this area up here and this area up here, and we have some like taller weather stripping to put in there just to keep this door from vibrating a little bit. I mean, it's pretty tight. I put a little extra in that spring so that it's actually pretty tight. He includes that weather stripping in there in case you probably don't get that spring on there tight, and then this will sit and vibrate, but it's pretty tight. And there it is. The next step is to pull our dipstick, and then once we have our dipstick pulled, we're going to pull this cowling piece off of there. There we go. There. That's how it looks. We're going to make sure to get our dipstick back in right away. There it is.